Charlotte tried not to stare at him. She failed miserably. The storm had finally passed, leaving the rig wrapped in heavy midnight fog. Water dripped steadily from pipes overhead, while the ocean crashed somewhere below the steel platform. Most of the crew had disappeared into the galley after the pressure incident, but Wade remained alone near the drill floor, finishing paperwork with grease-stained hands. Or pretending to. Charlotte sat across from him in the cramped operations office, supposedly reviewing inspection reports. In reality, she hadn't read the same paragraph in 10 minutes, because Wade Mercer filled the room. His coveralls were tied around his waist now, leaving him in a black, sleeveless thermal shirt damp with sweat and seawater. The fabric clung tightly to the hard lines of his chest and shoulders every time he moved. And the tattoos. God. Charlotte had never seen tattoos like his before. Not polished little symbols hidden beneath designer sleeves like the men at charity galas back home. Wade's tattoos looked earned. Black ink curled over thick muscle and scarred skin in rough, intricate patterns that disappeared beneath his collarbone and wrapped down both arms. One sleeve showed storm waves crashing against an oil rig. The other was darker. Skulls, ravens, and something written in faded script across his forearm. She couldn't stop wondering what it said. Wade caught her staring, again. "You got a problem, princess." Charlotte immediately looked back down at her paperwork. "No." A low chuckle rumbled from across the desk. "You're a terrible liar." Heat crept into her cheeks, which only irritated her more. "I was looking at your tattoos." That's all." "Sure it was." Charlotte looked up sharply and instantly regretted it. Wade leaned back in his chair with one powerful arm draped over the side, gray eyes locked directly onto hers. Up close, she noticed another scar cutting across his shoulder beneath the ink. Her stomach tightened unexpectedly. This man looked like violence, but earlier tonight she had watched him carry an injured worker through steam and fire without a second thought. Nothing about him made sense. "You always judge people this hard?" Wade asked quietly. Charlotte frowned. "I'm not judging you." "Really? You judged me first." "That's because girls like you usually do one of two things around men like me." "And what's that?" "They either pretend we don't exist," his eyes slowly moved over her face, "or they make bad decisions." The silence that followed felt dangerous. Charlotte's pulse fluttered. Outside, thunder rolled across the ocean again. Wade stood suddenly, towering over her before walking towards the coffee machine in the corner. Charlotte tried not to watch the way his muscles shifted beneath tattooed skin as he moved. She failed at that too. "You keep staring," he said casually. "I am not." "You are." Charlotte crossed her arms. "Maybe I've just never met a driller who looks like he belongs in prison." Wade barked out a laugh. "There she is." "What does that mean?" "That's the first honest thing you've said since you got here." He handed her a cup of coffee. Their fingers brushed. Charlotte felt the contact all the way down to her stomach. Wade noticed. Of course he noticed. His expression changed slightly. Less teasing now, more careful. "You should get some sleep," he said quietly. Charlotte looked up at him. Rain tapped softly against the steel walls around them, while the entire rig hummed beneath the ocean night. For the first time in years, Charlotte Beaumont felt completely out of control, and terrifyingly enough. She didn't hate it,